Right now, safety in the home. We'll share new rules for furniture makers and what parents can do to avoid a dangerous situation.
My advice to anyone who feels uneasy about the process is be part of the process.
Election transparency, a look at the process ahead of tomorrow's spring primary.
It is a little chilly this morning on this President's Day, but it will be quiet before our storm moves in tomorrow night. More on that coming up.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Monday morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Josh Breiter.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka has his work cut out for him this week as we are tracking a monster of a system that's basically going to impact all of the upper Midwest. And we're kind of right on that line where things could get pretty dicey. Yeah,
you know, central Wisconsin, southern parts of Minnesota could be talking about 1 to 2 feet of snow.
Unreal.
Unbelievable. So this is going to be the biggest storm system we've had so far this season. We're going to be on the edge of that because we're going to see that mixed bag. I'd rather almost have the snow than having the ice potential, but that's what we've got dealing with, it looks like, by the middle of the week. Meantime, it's quiet this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s. We're sitting at 22. We do have the first warn alert day going into Tuesday night, Wednesday and Thursday. I know that's a long duration. We're going to get a couple of systems move at us. That'll bring us initially some snow, a clipper system bringing us some snow. That'll change to or mix with some sleet and freezing rain. Wednesday afternoon looks to be the worst of it. Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night into Thursday. Heavy snow is going to be falling north of Madison up toward the Dells and parts of central Wisconsin. So enjoy the sunshine that we'll see today. May see a sprinkle move in as we go through this evening. Flurry mixed in. That's not going to amount to too much. Temperatures today in the 20s to start, but will warm through the upper 30s by the noon hour and headed into the low 40s. We'll talk more about this major winter storm on the way coming up in 15 minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kelly. Now to our breaking news this morning. President Biden in Kyiv for an unannounced visit alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. It's Biden's first visit to Ukraine since the war began. Some brand new video here this morning of the president's trip. Biden was scheduled to arrive in Poland, part of his trip to mark the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This morning, Biden is meeting with Zelensky and other officials. And in a gesture of solidarity, Biden announcing an additional $500 million in U.S. assistance. We hear from the president in brand new video this morning.
1 year later, Kyiv stands, and Ukraine stands. Democracy stands. The Americans stands with you, and the world stands with you.
The Ukraine visit comes at a crucial moment in the war as President Biden looks to keep allies unified in their support for Ukraine as the war is expected to intensify, with both sides preparing for spring offensives. Let's take a look at the Capitol this morning. We are focused, actually, this is the My Vote Wisconsin website, and this, of course, the Capitol spring primary tomorrow, folks. It includes a pretty big race for an open seat on the state Supreme Court that's generating even some national headlines recently.
The integrity of our elections continues to be questioned this morning. A recent Marquette Law School poll shows only 10% of Republicans are very confident November's votes were accurately cast and counted.
Our Braden Ross this morning taking a look at what election leaders are doing to ensure that your vote counts.
Deputy Clerk of Madison Jim Verbick is up early on a Saturday morning to do a critical job.
This is our public test of our election equipment that will be used on Election Day.
That day is tomorrow, and Verbick and other officials are making sure voting machines are secure and ready to go. In Wisconsin's spring primary tomorrow, voters will cast their ballots in a few key races. In Madison, voters will choose between 3 candidates for Madison mayor: incumbent Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, former Madison School Board President Gloria Reyes, and longtime City of Madison traffic engineer Scott Kerr. Across the state, they'll vote to fill an open seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court, choosing between 4 candidates, 2 conservatives and 2 liberals. In both races, the 2 highest vote getters will advance to the general election on April 4th. Last week's voting machine testing was open to the public, something Verbick says is crucial for public trust.
We love that this is transparent. We want people to feel like they can trust the process and trust that the machines are counting accurately and that there's no ballots in the machine as we begin the process on Election Day.
He says he's no stranger to skepticism when it comes to the election process and encourages anyone who has questions to get involved.
I've heard a lot of people who have told me that they're skeptical about the process, or they feel confused or uneasy about things, and then they be poll workers and they realize, oh, this is why everything is done this way. My advice to anyone who feels uneasy about the process is be part of the process.
Our Braden Ross reporting there. You can find everything you need to know about Tuesday's primary at channel3000.com. Look for our campaign 2023 section on the home page. It's just below the Plan My Day forecast. We've compiled all the races we're following, as well as everything you need to know to make sure you have all the information you need before you cast your vote, including all the interviews that we have done with Madison's mayoral candidates leading up to primary day.
Right now at 6:05, UW-Madison is planning to honor Rebecca Blank with a memorial service and campus remembrance. The University of Wisconsin announcing that the former chancellor died at 67 years old over the weekend. She was UW-Madison chancellor for nearly a decade, from 2013 to 2022. She left last year being named president of Northwestern University, but later announced her bout with cancer, which ultimately prevented her from serving in the role. It's pretty clear during her time at UW, she made a profound impact on students.
She was like, take it one step at a time, but really like go beyond your comfort zone and explore all that UW-Madison has to offer. And for me, that kind of gave me the wherewithal to kind of go out of my comfort zone and do great things at the university.
Before UW-Madison, Blank was a professor of economics at Northwestern and was also the Deputy Secretary of Commerce in the Obama administration. The former president in a tweet said she devoted her career to reducing inequality and increasing opportunities. As soon as the university announces plans for her memorial, we'll bring you that update on the Channel 3000 mobile app.
Developing this morning, the world reflecting on the accomplishments of Jimmy Carter this morning. The former president is receiving home hospice care after several hospital stays. Visitors came to the Carter Center in Atlanta over the weekend. Carter, now 98 years old, served as president, of course, from 1977 to 1981. Those who worked alongside Carter on projects with Habitat for Humanity after he was president are also remembering all of his efforts to help others.
It's the first one on the site in the morning and very often the last one to leave by the end of the day.
Carter taught Sunday school at the Baptist Church, where his niece continued the family's work yesterday. Carter's grandson Jason says he saw both of his grandparents Saturday and that they are at peace and their home is full of love.
If you have any old TVs or computers laying around, there's a new way to recycle them for free in the capital city. Starting today, you can take large electronics to any City of Madison Streets Division drop-off site. This is only for City of Madison residents, though, no businesses. The city used to charge a fee, but it's been waived until the end of this year. There are still fees for things like refrigerators, microwaves, tires. Drop-off sites are located on South Point Road on the far west side and Sycamore Ave on the east side. The Badger Road drop-off site is still closed.
It's a deadly danger inside many homes. Furniture that tips over. Hundreds of young children have died. Thousands more injured from falling furniture or televisions.
Now a new law promises important changes to the way some furniture is manufactured. Consumer Reports explains what's new and reminds parents about an important safety step they can't forget to keep their kids safe. Here's our Shane Hogan.
On the morning of December 30th, Washington, D.C. firefighter Daniel Brong and his 2-year-old daughter, Zoe, were tidying up her room when the unthinkable happened.
Zoe started opening up the drawers. When she had opened 2 of those little drawers on the top, the dresser came down right on her foot. And I was like, oh no.
The dresser crushed 2 of Zoe's toes, nearly severing them. Doctors were able to reattach her toes, and within a few weeks, she healed in a cast. The best news, Zoe is now on her way to a full recovery. The danger isn't new. Over the past 2 decades, hundreds of young children have died and thousands have been injured from falling furniture or televisions. A majority of tip-over deaths involve children under the age of 6. But those grim statistics could soon be changing thanks to a new law called the Sturdy Act. It requires all dressers and similar products made or sold in the U.S., including those under 30 inches tall, to meet minimum safety standards regarding sturdiness and strength testing. The Sturdy Act was years in the making, with consumer groups and parents pressing hard for its passage.
15 years since I lost my son Charlie to a tip-over, and this problem has gone on way too long, and I think we've really established a law here that's going to protect children for many, many years going forward.
Consumer Reports advocated for the new law and reminds parents that even with these new protections, inspections, it is still strongly recommended that all furniture be properly anchored to the walls, no matter the height, weight, and manufacturing date of the product.
To say that I'm thankful that it tipped over, I'm not, but I learned a lot from it. I've secured 4 other dressers in our house to make sure this doesn't happen again.
This is Shane Hogan.
6:10 right now. Coming up, we're looking forward to an event here in the 608 involving local businesses, how Coffee Fest is bringing the community together.
And NBA All-Star Weekend is in the books. Team Giannis and Team LeBron go head-to-head.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dan and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Visit your Volkswagen dealer this President's Day and get 3.9% APR for 72 months on most new 2023 SUVs.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court. She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother. Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
You can't buy happiness, but you can buy an RV at Wisconsin RV World, and that's pretty darn close. Find your happiness during their RV Super Sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Save over $30,000 on this new Heartland fifth wheel. Get this Keystone Springdale for as low as $185 a month, or this Cruiser Radiance for only $240 a month. Plus, get a 1-year no-charge camping pass with every RV purchase.
Wisconsin RV World. If it doesn't say Wisconsin, it's just another RV dealer.
The Wisconsin Fishing Expo returns to the Alliant Energy Center in Madison February 24th through the 26th, stocked with over 330 booths, plus nearly every fishing boat imaginable. Load up with deals now. It's the Wisconsin Fishing Expo's largest seminar roster ever, with topics for almost any species, over 20 seminars. Check out kids' activities, including the trout pond, fish bingo, and bumper boats. Go to wifishingexpo.com for details. Sponsored by Wisconsin Outdoor News, Blackfish, Daiwa, Lucas Oil, Acme, the Big 1070, and Don's Marine.
This Monday, the best President's Day sale is the President's Day sale at Hy-Vee. Save big on 6 packs of Coke products, just $2.88. Hy-Vee split chicken breasts, just 99 cents a pound. Basket and bushel blackberries, just $1.48. Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. Breyer's ice cream, just $2.98. And Yoplait yogurt, 3 for only $1. Don't miss the President's Day sale this Monday at Hy-Vee.
DePaco Credit Union protects your well-being, supports you through life's many surprises. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man. Thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with front assist. Visit your Volkswagen dealer this President's Day and get 3.9% APR for 72 months on most new 2023 SUVs.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back, 6:13 on your Monday morning. This week you have an opportunity to get great local coffee, expert wellness advice, and enjoy some live music in the 608. The folks at Dame Buy Local stop by our studios to preview Coffee Fest happening tomorrow. Joining us this morning is Jason Hafman of Dame Buy Local. Jason, good morning to you.
Hey, great to see you, Josh.
So we're talking about Coffee Fest, which is happening tomorrow. This is such a great way to bring the community together.
It is. It's a really fun event. You know, 4th year going forward with Coffee Fest. We have so many, over 30 vendors, you know, local vendors, a variety of things from coffee to tea, chocolate, baked goods. What else do I have to tell you to get people to come to this thing, right? It's a great event.
Yeah, there's something for everyone, and I think that's what this is really all about, is celebrating what we have here locally.
It is. It's a way to showcase so many wonderful local businesses. Some of them are very small. Some of them operate out of their homes. So people may not know about them in the community, but if as an organization, Dane by Local can help put a spotlight on them, it's a wonderful way to do it and to engage with people in the community to get them thinking local first.
So right now, tickets are still available. What do people really need to know about this event?
They really should know that it's very simple. It's a easy come, easy go. Just show up, enjoy the festivities. There's also mindfulness components this year. There's going to be sessions every half hour related to just kind of how to start your day mindfully, some stress relieving exercises, which I think we can all appreciate this time in our lives. So it's a really well-rounded event in Coffee Fest and more, as we're titling it this year. It really is. All in one spot, you can really get a good feel for the community.
Is this something that people should get tickets ahead of time? Can they show up, or what are you kind of recommending?
I would go to danebylocal.com and get your tickets now. And you know, one thing I thought of, Josh, which is maybe, you know, it's been kind of a long winter. We've had some bad weather here and there, up and down temperatures. Maybe it's a good way to start your day with your office. So buy tickets for your whole office and come on over to Lexus of Madison over in Middleton.
Yeah, making it a company outing, I think that's important. And of course, that partnership, even with your office, is really, really crucial.
Yeah, it's a great way to get people exposed to local businesses, but also some team building and team bonding with your business. You can buy a solo ticket too. You know, everyone is welcome at this event, and we really just want people to come out to Lexus of Madison over in Middleton that day.
All right, well, very good, Jason. We appreciate your time this morning. Let's throw the information up on the screen. Again, Coffee Fest happening tomorrow, Tuesday, February 21st from 7 to 10 at Lexus of Madison in Middleton. You can find the links to tickets right now on channel3000.com.
Coffee gift bags, coffee swag bags. Count me in.
Wonderful opportunity, and it's cool to see so many businesses coming together all for, you know, the same mission here and to support local.
Yeah, and to help them continue to bounce back after a couple of rough years with the pandemic, even more important than ever.
They need our help.
Let's check in with Kelly Slifka now. Big story this week is going to be that massive a storm system that'll hit in a couple of days.
Yeah, it's going to be with us for quite a duration as well. So we've got quiet weather today, and enjoy the little bit of sunshine we'll see today, because this will be the last real mild day with temperatures in the 40s. We'll be a bit breezy today. Tomorrow we'll be turning colder. We have a clipper system. This is the first of several that will be affecting us. This will bring us some light snow, mainly most areas, going into Tuesday evening. Some light accumulation, maybe an inch or two, maybe a little bit more up to the north. Then some of that snow mixes with a system coming in from the south that'll bring in warm enough air and a lot of moisture with it. So some of that snow by Wednesday afternoon will mix with some sleet and unfortunately freezing rain. Nothing worse than freezing rain, but that's what we might have to deal with Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. Right now it is quiet, 22 in Madison, 21 in Lone Rock. The Dells at 23. 28 in Wanakee, right now at 27 in Cottage Grove, 28 in Stoughton, and also Oregon. Brona currently 28. So we do have a couple of alert days going throughout the week, beginning Tuesday night, Wednesday and Thursday. Snow, sleet, and freezing rain. That's going to be the main issue, and we are looking at some ice accumulation, not only on the roads, but also the power lines, something we'll have to watch for. Looks like the heaviest snow will be falling north of Madison as you get up toward the Dells and areas to the north. And some areas could really get walloped. So we're going to see a series of clipper systems initially bring us a little bit of snow, some colder air. Here's a system that'll bring in the moisture and also the warmer air with it, and that'll mix with some of that colder air and eventually bring us that mixed bag of precipitation by the middle of the week. Meantime, might see a sprinkle or a flurry this evening, not going to be a big deal. Otherwise, fairly quiet tonight. And also tomorrow, we'll see maybe a little bit of sunshine. The clouds will start to stream on in. That's out ahead of that clipper. By the evening, we will see some of that snow spreading in. Might see a little bit more accumulation up toward the Dells, Camp Douglas, parts of central Wisconsin. That should be coming to an end by late Wednesday night. Wednesday morning, or Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, we should be dry. But as far as the snow with this clipper system, don't look at a whole lot, maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow. It's the go around as we go into Wednesday afternoon. That snow mixes with some freezing rain and sleet. You can see that pink showing up, and that'll be causing some problems. And we could see some ice accumulation going into Wednesday afternoon. So it's going to be a problem Wednesday. Eventually changing to all snow. When all said and done, it's going to range a lot. Hardly anything south of the Illinois border, but you'll go up to Black River Falls. We're talking about a foot of snow. Here in Madison, maybe 1 to 3 inches. But take a look from the Twin Cities Metro toward Eau Claire. Could be talking about nearly 2 feet of snow. So we do have the alert day for the middle of the week. Rain, snow mix, just going to be a mess Wednesday. Starting to turn over to all snow. A little bit cooler for Friday. And temperatures in the 20s to the low 30s for the weekend.
All right, Kelly, got your work cut out for you. Thanks. Here's sports anchor Jordan Reed now with your morning sports.
Celebrity game? Check. Skills challenge? Check. Three-point and dunk contest? Check, check. All that remains, the All-Star game. Team Giannis and Team LeBron once again facing each other. The Greek Freak with his 7th straight All-Star appearance. LeBron with his 19th. Also repping the Bucks is Jrue Holiday, who's playing in his first All-Star game in 10 years. Giannis starts things off in epic fashion, throws it down for the first bucket of the game, and then he heads to the bench, and from there, you see it all. Players putting some personality into their dunks. They're knocking down shots from the logo, and then late first quarter, Holiday pulls up from deep to give Team Giannis the lead. Well, they go on to win this one, 184 to 175. Jason Tatum led the way with 55 points. Well, the regular season finale for Badger women's hockey has come and gone, but before the team tried to break out the brooms with top-ranked Ohio State on Sunday, 7 players were honored for Senior Day. Jessie Comfort, Kayla Edwards, Cammie Cronish, Nicole LaMantia, Grace and Sophie Shirley, and Natalie Buckbinder celebrated their careers in the red and white pregame with family and friends, and also in front of a sold-out LeBon. Now we're going to head over to the game, this one looking and feeling like a playoff game. It's scoreless through 2 periods. Last time that happened between the Badgers and Buckeyes was March of 2020. Finally, the stalemate is broken up. Layla Edwards buries her 9th goal of the season. But this game goes sideways real quick for Bucky. Final 4 minutes, OSU nets 3 unanswered goals, 2 off the stick of Madison Bizzall, and the Buckeyes win the finale 3-1. They're skating away with the WCHA regular season title. Next up are playoffs. UW hosts Minnesota State Mankato in a best-of-3 series. That begins on Friday at 7. Final round of the Chubb Classic, Steve Stricker was climbing the leaderboard. With 4 birdies so far, Stricker taps in another for good measure on 15 for the co-lead. Now, why not close out this round on a high note? Stricker makes his 6th birdie of the day on 18. He cards a 66 and finishes the tourney tied for 2nd. Jerry Kelly with also a solid outing. He just had 1 bogey in this round. He rounds out the tournament tied for 4th and 4 shots off the lead. And on the West Coast, the Genesis Invitational finished up yesterday. John Rahm locked in for the final round on 14. He drains a long birdie to take the sole lead. And heading to 18, he's got a 2-shot lead over Max Homa. Well, Rahm is able to close it out with a par putt. He wins it at 17 under overall, making it his 5th win in his last 9 starts. As for tournament host Tiger Woods, not the best outing. He had 5 bogeys, 3 birdies, and finished tied for 45th. Back to you.
Coming up, a couple of Wisconsin sisters hit the wrestling mat together.
We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach, weeknights.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
After violence turned Waukesha's Christmas parade into tragedy, Judge Jennifer Doro ensured justice was served, maintaining order, protecting the rights of victims. Her Grace Under Fire won praise nationally. Now Judge Jennifer Doro is ready to serve on the Supreme Court. Wife, mother, prosecutor. Judge Doro's life's work is keeping Wisconsin families safe. It's no surprise Judge Doro is law enforcement's choice. The tested judicial leader, Judge Jennifer Doro for Supreme Court.
I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
We're reinventing our network. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
Did you know if you turn to cold with Tide, you can save up to $150 a year on your energy bill? How? The lower the temp, the lower your bill.
Tide cleans great and cold and saves money? I am so in.
Save $150 when you turn to cold with Tide.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
at Overture February 21st through 26th. Tickets at overture.org.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
We're back at 6:25. Check out this cool story from Anago where two sisters are hitting the mat side by side.
Alexandra Hofrichter has become a national wrestling power. Through all this success, though, the Anago senior says she's having the most fun right now because she's able to wrestle alongside her younger sister, Olivia. Last year, Alexandra won a state title at the first ever WIA Girls State meet. Her sister, Olivia, was watching from the crowd, and now the seniors ranked #1 in the state at 165, and Olivia, a freshman, is ranked 4th at 145.
How cool is that?
Friends of the family, I tell you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the big story of the morning, and that is a big winter weather system that's on the way.
Yeah, enjoy the quiet weather for today. We'll see partly sunny skies, temperatures headed in the low 40s. It will be breezy, maybe a sprinkle moving through this evening. So quiet tomorrow, but we'll talk more about that storm coming up.
Yeah, we'll keep tracking it and have the latest on the president's surprise visit to Ukraine next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Enjoy the simple pleasures of an era gone by.
Help.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
We depend on judges to keep our families safe. But Jennifer Doro has a long history of keeping criminals, even sexual predators, out of prison. As a judge, Doro lets criminals off easy so often, a fellow judge questioned her soft treatment of convicted criminals. She even gave a convicted domestic abuser 2 days to report to prison, time he used to violently assault his own family members. Jennifer Doro lets criminals off the hook, and that has no place on our Supreme Court.
Hey, Dad, look. This is the magma chamber where all the magma's piled up until...
Us. What happened to us? When did we get so connected to our devices?
She's not answering.
What? And so disconnected from each other.
79 cents.
Something's gone missing. Our relationships, our conversations, our common sense.
LT, we gotta fix this.
But just because something is missing doesn't mean it can't be found again. It's time for a reset, not just with our phones, but with each other.
Sorry.
Join us in taking the phones down for 5 challenge.
So we're using our phones to put down our phones?
Exactly.
So we just put them down.
I guess so.
Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's see what we find.
Hey, bud.
Wow, that's good.
U.S. Cellular.
Depends on how much pressure there is.
Built for us.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course! Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Right now, campaign 2023. We're just a day away from the spring primary in the state. What you need to know.
And with the Supreme Court on the ballot, one of the biggest issues driving voters to the polls, abortion, how some folks are working to get out the vote.
Chilly and quiet for now, but we are talking about a major winter storm that'll be affecting the area coming up.
Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Let's start with Kelly Slifka and that first warn weather right away, because this is going to be a wild week. I mean, these snow amounts that are expected, especially north of here, are insane.
It is insane. You know, we would be getting that if we didn't have the rain that would be mixing in with it, and that's what we're going to see. We're going to see that wintry mix, some snow, some freezing rain, some sleet. That'll be hitting us in the middle of the week. So, yeah, I don't know if it could be worse or not, but some areas in northern or central and northern parts of the state could be talking about well over a foot of snow, and we'll talk more about that coming up. Right now, we're starting out at 22 in Madison, not too bad. 26 in Monroe. Should be a nice day, but that's the calm before the storm. We do have a first warn alert day from Tuesday night right through Thursday. Initially snow, gradually mixing with a little bit of sleet and freezing rain. Wednesday, that's going to be the biggest problem with some of that ice accumulation. Looks like that heaviest snow is going to be staying mainly north of our area, but even up toward the Dells could be talking about fairly significant snow. A little bit of sunshine today. We'll call it partly cloudy as we warm into the lower 40s. As we get into the late afternoon, evening, may see a sprinkle or a flurry pass through. Not going to be a big deal. Looking at the bus stop forecast, a little cool this morning. Temperatures in the lower 20s as we're headed home from school. Breezy and mild, low 40s, and we'll talk more about this winter storm and the alert day coming up in just 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you. You can stay on top of the changing conditions and those alert days by downloading the First Warn Weather app. It is free. Just search WISC Weather wherever you get your apps.
Back to our breaking news this morning. President Biden just left Kyiv, Ukraine after an unannounced visit alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. We have some new video in from just about an hour ago. Biden was scheduled to arrive in Poland, part of his trip to mark the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This morning, Biden spoke with Zelensky and other officials in a 5-hour meeting, and in a gesture of solidarity, Biden announcing a brand new aid package for the country, $500 million to help the war with Russia. Biden said the world is behind Ukraine.
1 year later, Kyiv stands, and Ukraine stands. Democracy stands. The Americans stands with you, and the world stands with you.
The Ukraine visit comes at a crucial moment in the war against Russia. President Biden looks to keep allies unified in their support for Ukraine as the war is expected to intensify, with both sides preparing for their spring offensives. New this morning, one person is seriously injured, 2 others suffering some non-life-threatening injuries after a 3-car crash on State Highway 49. It happened around 6 o'clock yesterday evening, just east of County Double Y in the town of Leroy. It appears one of the vehicles was traveling the wrong way when it hit another car, and then a third vehicle hit the rear of the second. 2 people were flown to the hospital. One is a juvenile whose condition is unclear at this time. The road was closed for 3 hours after the crash.
Right now, Governor Evers is proposing to keep bars open later during the Republican National Convention. It would allow some bars to stay open until 4 a.m. during the week of the RNC. Evers' office says the proposal would be a matter of consistency after supporting a similar effort for the 2020 Democratic Convention. A lobbyist for the Wisconsin Tavern League said that they have no part in adding the item, but the group would have no problem with it. The reasoning is that the convention gets out at midnight and attendees would have more time to celebrate. If this item passes, 14 counties would be included for the week. A $25 to $50 surcharge would be added to drunk driving tickets.
Today is President's Day, and with it being a federal holiday, a lot of places will be closed, like post offices. So no mail today. The markets are closed. Banks are closed. Online banking could be disrupted too. Non-essential government agencies like the DMV, libraries, courthouses, and City Hall are closed as well. A lot of retailers will stay open, offering up President's Day deals. You might want to check their website before you go anywhere, though. And schools are open today.
Tomorrow is the spring election. It's been sneaking up on us right now, and in-person voting has ended. But of course, you still have time to vote at the polls on Election Day. If you are new to Wisconsin and not a registered voter, you can register at your polling place ahead of the voting tomorrow.
And remember to look for your polling place ahead of time. You can visit myvotewi.gov to do that. There you can put in your address and it'll direct you to the closest voting location.
Madison voters will have two choices to make, deciding which two of the three mayoral candidates on the ballot will advance to April's general election. Incumbent Mayor Sati Rhodes Conway is seeking a second term in office. Gloria Reyes, a former president of the MMSD school board, as well as a former deputy mayor, launched her campaign last November. Scott Kerr, who's worked for the city of Madison for more than 4 decades, is the third candidate on the ballot.
And a different race on all ballots across the state tomorrow. An open seat for the state Supreme Court. That open seat means the court's 4-3 conservative majority is at stake. 4 judges are on the ballot. The top 2 vote getters will advance on to April's election. Waukesha County Circuit Court Judge Jennifer Duro is well known for presiding over the Darrell Brooks trial last year. Former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Daniel Kelly is running to rejoin the state's highest court. And there are 2 conservatives running, Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Janet Protasewicz and Dane County Circuit Court Judge Everett Mitchell. They are the 2 liberals on ballots tomorrow.
Remember, you can find everything you need to know about Tuesday's election on channel3000.com. Look for our Campaign 2023 section of the homepage, just below the Plan My Day forecast. We've compiled all of the races we're following, as well as everything you need to know to make your choice at the polls, including all of the interviews we've done with Madison's mayoral candidates leading up to Election Day.
6:36 now, with the Supreme Court on the ballot. One of the biggest issues driving voters to the polls will be abortion.
Over the weekend, a coalition of pro-choice voters took to the state capitol to say reproductive rights are their top priority. When Roe v. Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court last summer, Wisconsin reverted to an 1849 law banning the procedure in almost all cases. If a liberal candidate takes the Supreme Court seat, the conservative majority would flip. Pro-choice activists say reversing the 1849 law is crucial.
If this situation were to happen to me today in Wisconsin, I would have no choice. I would have no choice. I would have potentially delivered my son Leo and watched him die.
The coalition of pro-choice voters said your vote counts even if you think it doesn't. Well, watch this. A school in Alabama had an unannounced visitor when a deer jumped through a classroom window. The Evergreen Elementary School posted this video to Facebook saying the deer stayed a few hours before leaving. The doe had some troubles walking on those waxed floors, of course, but eventually left through the same window it came in. The custodian said they were happy the deer was uninjured, but not as happy with the art display it left.
Boy, that's wild.
Imagine how scared. I mean, obviously that's not their terrain, but trying to figure out how they got in there.
The deer's probably terrified.
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
confused. Boy, it just darted through that window, didn't it?
Crazy video. All right, 6:37. Let's take a live look outside on your Monday morning. Ooh, look at that shot of the Capitol. Beautiful start to this Monday. You wouldn't even know that there's a major winter storm that's going to be barreling down on the upper Midwest here over the next couple of days. Kelly's going to be tracking that and how it's going to impact us here in southern Wisconsin coming up.
And why these seniors are getting into virtual reality. The health benefits coming up next.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At Fearing's Audio Video Security, our people, vision, and values drive superior technology solutions that result in great customer experiences. Choosing the right technology solutions can be daunting. From consultation and design to installation and support of your AV and security systems, our team communicates and guides each step. Fearing's Audio Video Security, making a difference for our customers and our world. Visit fearings.com.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. We've got all your automotive needs covered, from tools and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Trust Menards to help out with all of your automotive needs. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Daily Protection Motor Oil. It's formulated with advanced additives for year-round engine protection. Pick up a quart today for just $3.99 after rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Chevy Silverado factory-lifted trucks. With the capability of a 2-inch lift, the versatility of the available multi-flex tailgate, and the connection of a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Chevy Silverado, taking adventure to a whole new level.
Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $1,250 cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $3,250 total cash allowance.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
It's the injury no one can see.
People walk up to you and say, "What's wrong? You look fine."
But for 20% of its victims, the fallout from concussion lasts not just weeks, but months or years.
It affects their work, their family life. It affects everything.
News 3 Now, Charlotte Deleste shares her own journey through brain trauma, and the team giving her hope.
We want to help you get your identity back.
The Invisible Injury, my personal story. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch at 6:41 this morning, loneliness in seniors can increase the risk of depression, dementia, and death. But some virtual reality companies think they can help. In one New York retirement home, hundreds of residents are using VR sets designed specifically for seniors. After a surgery or major life change, VR can help seniors see actual images of home, practice occupational therapy, and connect through playing games. Some companies are incorporating things like stationary bikes to turn VR sessions into a full, real-world workout.
When children spike a fever, parents may be reaching for medication too quickly. A national poll at the University of Michigan found 1 in 3 parents would give fever-reducing meds for temperatures below 100.4 degrees. Doctors say it's often better for a low-grade fever to run its course, and that it helps a child's body fight off infection.
6:42, let's get to Kelly Slifka now with your first warn weather forecast. A lot to break down this week, Kelly.
Yeah, we've got a quiet President's Day, so, if you got anything to do today, it looks okay. Going to be traveling about. Temperatures starting off chilly in the lower 20s right now here in Madison, 21. Currently in Lone Rock, Watertown, 21 as well across Dane County. 27 in Sun Prairie, 28 in Cottage Grove, 27 in Verona. We've had a few clouds roll in overnight and this morning. We do have a alert day, our first warn alert day going from Tuesday night right through Thursday. We're going to see a system come in, a clipper system, usually move through fairly quickly. That'll bring us a little bit of snow, it looks like Tuesday night. Then we're going to get a little bit of a lull, it looks like Wednesday morning. Then a system from the south is going to bring in a lot of moisture. It's going to meet up with the cold air sitting over the Badger State, bring us some snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Looks like the heaviest amounts of snow are going to stay to the north of Madison, but we're going to see that mix from Madison down to the south. That'll keep the amounts down, but it'll cause a lot of headaches Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, as we are expecting some ice accumulation. So we'll have a couple of clipper systems pass through, lighter amounts, but this is the system that'll bring in all that moisture, the warmer air that's going to meet up with the colder air, and that's the system that's going to bring us the mess across much of the upper Midwest, the upper Mississippi Valley, the Great Lakes. So today, looking at temperatures in the lower 40s this afternoon, a little bit of sun. May see a sprinkle pass through this evening. That should be about it. Otherwise, we'll look at temperatures in the 20s tomorrow morning. And most of tomorrow, quiet as well. Won't be until tomorrow afternoon. The clouds roll in. And as we head into the evening hours, some snow starts to spread in. This is that clipper system that'll bring in a little bit of light snow, maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow, it looks like. That should be moving on out by Wednesday morning. But take a look at how much snow we can expect. Not a whole lot out of this clipper system. Some areas to the north may pick up closer to 2 inches. Then Wednesday morning, quiet, but then we start to see that system come in from the south, bringing in a mix of some snow, sleet, and rain, freezing rain, changing to all snow, it looks like later Wednesday night. But it could bring in some of that freezing rain that could cause some icing, some accumulation, obviously, on the roads and the power lines across southern Wisconsin. 1 to 3 inches from Madison down the south, a little bit more, 3 to 6 toward the Dells, upwards of a foot. And look at that, it's close to 2 feet from Minneapolis over to Eau Claire. So just a really heavy snowmaker across parts of the upper Mississippi Valley. So we'll be in the 30s tomorrow, so a little bit colder with the snow moving in tomorrow night. The alert days for Wednesday and Thursday. Things quiet down, and just like this last weekend, it looks like dry weather and temperatures back in the 30s.
All right, Kelly Slipka, thanks a lot. 6:44, time to check in with Josh Breiter and what's going on in the 608. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Chris. This week, you have an opportunity to get great local coffee expert wellness and advice and enjoy some live music here in the 608. The folks at Dame by Local stop by our studios to preview Coffee Fest happening tomorrow. Joining us this morning is Jason Hafman of Dame by Local. Jason, good morning to you. A lot of excitement ahead of tomorrow.
Really is, Josh. It's Coffee Fest and more over at Lexus of Madison and Middleton. A great opportunity to come and enjoy local drink, local food, teas, coffees, chocolates, cookies, all kinds of great things.
Yeah, you name it, Dame by Local has it covered for you. And I mean, I think that's what's so awesome about this is bringing all of these local businesses together because it really takes a community.
It does, and there's organization on Dame by Local's part. But that's what we want to be. We want to be a conduit to all of these local businesses and the community so we can introduce great local businesses and shop owners to our community members so they can bring their support there.
So what does it take to be able to pull something like this off?
Well, you know what it takes, Josh. It takes sponsors and people to back you up. So Easy Office Products is the presenting sponsor of this. Group Health Cooperative is bringing a mindfulness component to it with the sponsorship. And then we have so many great local businesses involved, over 30 vendors at the event tomorrow.
That's what's so cool is there really is something for everyone, and it's not just coffee, it's a little bit of everything.
That's why we titled it Coffee Fest and More. You're right. We've got some new tea vendors as well that are going to be there, bringing some unique teas from the country of Georgia as well. And then we have so many baked goods and gluten-free baked items. Josh, have you ever tried to make a good gluten-free baked item?
I have not.
Okay, it's difficult, right?
Yes.
These people have perfected it, so they're bringing that to the event tomorrow too.
You know, I think when we're coming out of the pandemic right now is the time to support local.
It is, and we're trying to get everyone in that mindset. You know, as a board member, it's really important for us to showcase that in the community, but Dame by Local has been doing that for 17 years. We just want to be that connection point for people, getting them to think local first, and the impact that can have for everyone in our community and our local economy.
All right, tickets available right now. You can get these solo or even as your office, too.
Absolutely. Buy them in a group, and the ticket price is a little lower, or you can buy them for yourself. DameByLocal.com. Get your tickets right now.
Well, Jason, we appreciate it, and good luck tomorrow.
Also, Josh, quick, the first 100 participants get a swag bag, free swag bag tomorrow.
You can't go wrong with a swag bag. Thanks, Jason. Let's throw the information up on the screen right now. Again, Coffee Fest hosted by Dame by Local. Tuesday, February 21st. That's tomorrow, 7 to 10 at Lexus of Madison in Middleton. You can find more information and links to Coffee Fest on channel3000.com.
Do you have any inside scoop on what's in the swag bag?
I do not.
Oh, boy.
I know. It's like one of those things you got to wait and see, but I just love that more than 30 local businesses are going to be there. Really everything tomorrow. So go check it out.
What an opportunity to support local. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, Josh is always looking for story ideas on what inspires you. Reach out to him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Coming up in the morning sprint, some new video of a swarm of meteors caught on camera over the weekend.
But first, on this February 20th, we want to say happy birthday to Carson and all the kids turning 3 today. Happy birthday, Carson. Thanks for celebrating with us on News 3 Now this morning.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
People remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a little number you'll never forget.
Customize and save.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Backed by popular demand, Black Violin returns to Overture Center for one night only. Be prepared. This isn't your typical classical violin concert. Black Violin, Thursday, March 2nd at Overture. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other? And when our phones have turned us into this? LT? What do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
This Monday, the best President's Day sale is the President's Day sale at Hy-Vee. Save big on 6 packs of Coke products, just $2.88. Hy-Vee split chicken breasts, just 99 cents a pound. Basket and bushel blackberries, just $1.48. Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. Breyer's ice cream, just $2.98. And Yoplait yogurt, 3 for only $1. Don't miss the President's Day sale this Monday at Hy-Vee.
Lean back and save big this winter at the Century House. Right now, save hundreds going from one grade of stressless leather to a superior grade for free. Or save $300 and get a free battery when you purchase any stressless mic or stressless max motorized recliner or any stressless classic power recliner. Don't miss out. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Coil Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
3 people are recovering from a major crash over the weekend. 1 person seriously injured. 2 others suffered non-life-threatening injuries. 3 vehicles involved on State Highway 49. That road had to be shut down in the town of Leroy for 3 hours. 2 people were flown to the hospital. 1 is a juvenile whose condition is unclear at this time.
It's President's Day, which means a lot of places are closed. Banks, the market, post office, the DMV, libraries, courthouse, city halls, all closing their doors today. A lot of retailers will be open, though, for President's Day sales. You might want to check online before you go somewhere, though. Schools are open today.
Tomorrow is the spring primary, and you can find everything you need to know about the election on channel3000.com. Look for Campaign 2023 on our homepage. Just below the Plan My Day forecast, we've compiled all of the races we're following, as well as everything you need to know to make your choice at the polls. That includes interviews with all of the Madison's mayoral candidates leading up to Election Day.
Take a look here. Ricky Stenhouse winning NASCAR's Daytona 500. He moved up from 6th after taking advantage of a large pileup. Also in motorsports, a Wisconsin native making waves in the Xfinity Racing Series. Parker Retzlaff, remember that name. He is a 19-year-old up-and-comer from Rhinelander. He just secured 4th at Daytona yesterday.
Norfolk Southern is offering residents $1,000 in the county affected by the Ohio train derailment. The CEO of the rail company said the controlled burn they did last week was to prevent a much riskier event. Officials are telling residents it is safe, but they are unsure as many are reporting rashes, sore throats, and nausea as well. At least 3,500 fish have died from the incident.
4 people injured after a display piece struck them at a New Jersey water park. The decorative helicopter that you see in the picture was suspended from the ceiling and then detached and landed in the pool below. This is at the DreamWorks water park. One of those injured was taken to the hospital for further care.
In New Orleans, 5 people were shot during a parade, leaving 1 dead. Police say 1 person was arrested and 2 guns were found on scene. It's unclear what led to the shooting. This shooting comes on the eve of Fat Tuesday celebrations.
It's the first day back for students at Michigan State University after 3 were killed and 5 were wounded last week. Officials say they plan to keep the Union and Berkeley halls closed, though, where the shootings happened. This is the 67th mass shooting in the U.S. this year. That's about 1.5 shootings on average every day.
Less than 3 months after being freed from a Russian jail, Brittany Griner plans to return to the Phoenix Mercury. Griner signed a deal over the weekend for her 10th year on the team. The Mercury opens their 2023 WNBA season on May 19th at the Los Angeles Sparks.
On his 60th birthday, Michael Jordan donated $10 million to Make-A-Wish America. One of the kids that got to meet him in 2009 is doing well and said there may be some debate on whether Michael Jordan is the greatest. He is definitely scoring some points, though, as being the greatest off the court with this new donation.
Lawmakers in Washington state want state and local governments to bring back employees fired during vaccine mandates. One lawmaker says governments need to bring those employees back, especially with emergency, first responders, and law enforcement. It's not clear when or if there will be any voting on the issue.
The National Weather Service catching some very cool images here. Take a close look. Kind of see like some sparking images here. This was taken in Kansas. Scientists say it was a swarm of meteors from over the weekend. The Weather Service confirmed the meteors either burned up or bounced off the atmosphere. The next meteor shower is expected April 22nd.
Good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. First morning meteorologist Kelly Slifka. Temperatures in the 20s this morning. Quiet. We are looking at a mix of clouds and sun today. It will be breezy with the southerly wind. But enjoy the sun today because eventually we're going to start to see some clouds and eventually some precipitation. Maybe a sprinkle or a flurry developing this evening. That's not the main issue. It'll be Tuesday night. We're looking at some snow to spread on in. Most of the day dry, but Tuesday night we'll see a clipper system bring us maybe an inch or two of accumulation, but that's not it then. We're going to see that mixed with a little bit of freezing rain and some sleet come Wednesday afternoon, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. So planning your day today looks pretty good with temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s. Set and forecast calling for 30s. Some snow develops Tuesday night. The alert day goes into effect Tuesday night through Thursday. A mix changing to all snow. It's going to be a sloppy mess Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. So get ready for it.
Yikes. Here we go. Another week, another storm.
Yeah, especially if we get ice.
Yeah, I know. Which would you rather have, ice or the 2 feet of snow?
Snow. That's crazy. Snow. All right, we'll be tracking it. Have a great day, folks. We're back at 7:26.